So today, we're going to take a look at an episode from Squid Game to show you just how beautifully structured it is when we break it into cue cards, and then how powerful this medium is to restructure your film and totally change the experience of your story without changing the story. So when you're writing your film, you really need to keep structure in mind. Now, there are many different types of structures that you could potentially base your film, kind of lay your story over the top. And actually, I did an episode on the Dan Harmon story circle recently, which you can check out up here. But I digress. Today, we're taking a look at cue cards and our ability as humans to see patterns in colors and shapes and forms to actually naturally structure a story using our eyes, using a really interesting method of cue cards to show your story. So, without further ado, we're going to take a look at this episode. We're going to break it down into cue cards. I'm going to show it on screen and you're going to see what you think of how we can tweak and shift things around and how it will change the story itself. Scene 1. We see a man and a guard creeping through some dark corridors in this very colourful maze. We know that this particular player is the Doctor, and, well, that's what we're probably going to call his storyline, Doctor. And we're going to give it a colour. Let's give him the colour red because, well, you'll see why later. But for now, we've got our very first cue card. We've got a red cue card, but now we need to put some very simple words, 3 to 6 words to describe the overall action of that scene. And that way, when we take a look at all our cue cards, we can see the overriding action for each scene. And we can see how then it all fits together very quickly without having lots of tiny writing describing every element of the scene. Try and be as simple about the overriding action as you possibly can. So for this particular scene, we're going to say the Doctor sneaks around. I mean, that's basically what happens, right? On a side note, I know I said describe the scene, but I do want to give a little caveat to that. As long as you understand what you've put on that card, as long as you recognize those words as that event in your story, well, these cue cards aren't for anyone else. So it's absolutely fine to put 3 completely different words like cup, phone, light, as long as that lets you know that the Doctor was creeping around in the corridors. You're good. Now, in the very next scene, we actually have something that's actually quite interesting. There are many characters in this scene. In fact, almost all of the characters for the entire show are in this scene. So when you have an ensemble scene like this, how do you choose which colour to give it if you've got many characters with their own storylines? Well, generally you'll choose the character with the overriding action within this scene. I would say my description for the scene would be aftermath of game, suspicion grows. Cool. I have a pretty good idea of exactly what that scene is, and I'm going to give the colour green to our lead character. I can't remember his name. Scene number 3. Now we're following another character in the same space that we were in before, but this is a new scene. And there's been a little bit of a time jump here. But now we follow character 101, or the bad guy. And, well, he's not very nice in this scene, to be honest. You know, he kills another player. Not great. So we're going to give character 101 the color of blue. So far we have green, red, and blue. Yes, I know, I went for 3 primaries. It's going to get tricky from here because we're going to have to do shades of things pretty soon. So on my blue cue card, I would put the words 101 kills player over lunch. Simple as that. Let's plug him in. Number 4, we have a new character, the detective. And I'm going to put him as the color pink because he's wearing pink. I know, I'm so intelligent. Overriding action for the scene? The detective changes to the square mask. Number 5, we're back with the Doctor, so it's a red card. Doctor removes organs. Number 6, green, 456, our lead character. So we're going to call this one 456 starts to build a team. Number 7, we're back with the Doctor, so it's red again. And this one I'm going to call Doctor Gets Clue to Next Game. Number 8, Red, so we're back with the Doctor again. The Doctor joins a strong team using Clue. Number 9. This is a tricky scene because it's a big fight and there are lots of players here that have a little moment within this fight. But I say that pretty much the overriding inclination, emotion for this scene is that we are scared for the lead character. So this scene shows 456, so it's Green, protecting other team members during Night Fight. Number 10, we're back with Green, 456. And I would describe this one as the new team shares their names. Now, for those of you who are filmmakers and cinephiles, don't forget to check out my link above and down below to my acclaimed Cinematic 101 language course to help you master your cinematic language. Number 11, Blue, back with our bad guy, number 101, gets his leg treated. Well, you know, he got stabbed the night before, so, you know, not a great night for him. Number 12, we've got a new character, and this is one of the female characters, number 212 on her number thing. And we're going to give her the color purple. Why purple? Because, well, it's close to blue and she's kind of on the bad guy team. And she's not got the best of temperaments. So, you know, it felt right. On this card, we're going to put uses sex to create bond. We're getting there. We're halfway, guys. Pink, so it's the detective, and he records events of day secretly. You know, we get the idea. We know what he's doing. Back on Green, lead character, number 456. He wakes to find 001 still awake. Number 15, Pink, we're back with the detective. He leaves his room, but he's suspicious of his neighbor. Number 16 I found tricky because, again, it was a lot of characters interacting very equally. So instead of this one being green, we're going to make this one orange. The team increases its strength. Number 17, we're back with bad guy. So we've got a blue card out. And this description I would give 101 pushes 212 away with cruelty. Number 18, let's just go with Green because he is there. He has a lot to say as well in the scene. And we see the overriding action of this scene is 212 joins an already weak team. Number 19, Blue. We're back with the bad guy, number 101. And we're going to call this one 101 team beats opposition easily. You know, or you could alternative description, 101 team tugs opposition team. No, that's no, we're going the wrong direction. Wins or beats is fine. Back with our lead team now, the green team. 456 team reacts to the results of the game. Number 21, we're back with the detective, so it's Pink. And the description for this one I would give is detective watches as body is chosen. Number 22, we're back with our lead, so we're going to get the green card out. And the description for this one is going to be 456 team is chosen against stronger team. Number 23, we're going with green again, team 456, described as the team make their way to the elevator. Number 24, we're back with the green team once again. And we're going to call this one Team Prepares in Elevator Before Game. And then finally, we're in scene 25 of this episode, the last scene, and it's green again. And this description is going to be 456 team use tactics to play game. So, you have your beautiful piece of colourful artwork showing your entire story. So let's take a look at two of the simpler subplots happening within this episode. The Doctor and the Detective. So that's Red and Pink. Both of these characters have very simple storylines within this episode. However, it's split up across the entire episode. So, what if, instead of having the Doctor's scenes split across a good chunk of the beginning of the episode, we told his entire story in one card instead of 4 cards.
같은 편에.
아저씨 뭐 할 줄 아는데?
내가 알아요. 다음 게임이 뭔지.
So by using cards, you actually have the ability to split their actions up into pieces and then spread that across an entire story, adding to the mystery and sense of anxiety and suspense to that story, because you're withholding information. You're withholding the moment that you let the audience know why they are doing something. Where are they doing it? So I challenge you, next time you write your film, split your scenes into cards. Give each of your subplots, your characters, a color that you can follow, and then see what your film looks like. See what picture it creates. See if the colors feel balanced across the entire episode, or if the flow of the film moves from one character to the next. Does it look like it actually flows? Is there too much story for one character happening too early? And could that be split and spread across your film in a more effective way to really heighten the sense of storytelling and craft in your stories? And finally, this is just a great way of getting your story out of your head, so it's no longer a cloud of so many events and characters. This is a way of actually breathing fresh air into your films and making sure that you're telling it the way you want to tell it.